Okay, thank you so much. So we're going to start today with celebrations, and we're so excited. We know we have a lot to celebrate, and we're excited to have Jennifer Thomas on with us, and I'll get to her in just a minute, but I want to do some housekeeping activities first, and I'd love to start with celebrations. So any celebrations from July or the 1st of August?
Well, I want to shout out Nicole, who is hopping on this call any minute, so she'll just have to catch it on the recording. But she went to Gold School this past weekend bravely by herself, and it was so cool just to see just like she's had so much growth over the last 12 months. But even just in that one weekend, to see the growth in her and just even more belief be built in her was so, so exciting. So I just want to encourage this group that if you're feeling, I don't know, run down, summer kind of gets us distracted, it's never too late to step back in. And Nicole is perfect proof of that.
I love it. I love it. I'm so proud of her. It's amazing. Any other wins for July or August? Oh, Erin had 4 at Gold School. That's amazing too. That's awesome. I love Gold School. If you have not been to Gold School and you qualify for Gold School, get to Gold School. If you haven't reached Gold yet, I would highly recommend working towards getting to Gold because Gold School is amazing. It's a win showing up and being on this call. I agree. I agree. So excited for everyone. Okay, if you have any more wins, go ahead and put them in the chat. We do want to celebrate you. And I agree, Rainey being on this call is definitely a win, whether you're watching the recording or you're on live. So we just want to start with a couple of things that we have going on with Plexus, right? We have all of our incentives for the month. So first, Plexus was gracious and allowed us to extend the $1 VIP membership. I love that. I love that as a way to reach out to people because it's a great deal. When I started, it was $39.95 to join, and I didn't bat an eye at that. But $1 sounds amazing. But y'all, that's only through August 9th. So if you're not taking advantage of it, take advantage of it. We also have Retain and Grow with the pickleball set. I thought this was a fun little prize that you could earn because pickleball is all the rage where I am. I have not played yet, but I might have to try it. I'm not very coordinated, so we'll see. But you can earn one of those pickleball sets by enrolling 4 level 1 VIPs with 100 PV or more and retain 3 VIPs from last month. Those are level 1s, right? And those level 1s from last month, all they have to do is place at least a $50 PV order. Or maybe you're saying, I don't have 3 to retain from last month. That's okay. You can enroll 4 new level 1 VIPs this month with 100 PV and develop a new level 1 silver. And who doesn't want to develop a new level 1 silver, right? So that's the way you can get your pickleball set. Think about it, y'all. That is a great way for our brand to be out in new areas. Even if I don't play pickleball and I win that set, I can take it to the pickleball courts and I guarantee you somebody's going to say, what is Plexus, right? So work hard and work towards earning that. You also have new ambassador double bonus. So if you have a VIP customer that becomes an ambassador, they convert to an ambassador this month, and they have someone place that order, that 100 PV order, right, a level 1, then they're going to earn a double business building bonus. And then last but not least, we have the Save Now and Save Again. They had this the last couple of months. I love it. They can save $10 on their first order of 100 PV or more, and then they automatically get a $10 credit for the following month for their next order. So I did all of that really fast. We usually take a little bit longer to get through this, but I am so excited to have Jennifer Thomas on today, y'all. So she is a field development manager. She's new to Plexus, newish now to Plexus. She's been all over, I think, the US the last few weeks, or a few months. She was previously with Beachbody, but I had the honor of sitting down and having breakfast with her and Jory Russell a few weeks ago. And to be honest, I was blown away. She has so much wisdom. So without further ado, I'm going to quit talking and I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer. Jennifer, thank you so much for being on this morning.
Wow, thank you for that beautiful introduction, Cheyenne. I feel the same about you. So, and thank you, ladies. First of all, I really just want to thank you for making the time to show up today or for making the time to watch the replay if you are watching this replay, because that tells me that you do believe that you are important and that you do love yourself enough that you're willing to show up and put things aside to better yourself and better your business here at Plexus, whatever that looks like. And so I'm here to talk with you today, to coach you, not just as the ambassador that you are today, but I'm here to help you get to the ambassador that you need to become, the ambassador that is waiting for you because of who you are authentically as a person. And so with that, I want to ask you guys a few questions. Why is it that you are here? I want you to think about that. And I want you to be able to write this down later on after we get this call. But why are you here running this ambassador business? Why are you here? Do you have personal goals, business goals, team goals? Those are all kind of separate, but they're all kind of married together, right? Our business goals are going to help our personal goals. Our business goals are going to help our team goals. And those business and team goals collectively can help us achieve our personal goals. And so what are those? And then what is your emotional why? Do you have an emotional why that you are here? And I'm going to tell you, I know that a lot of people start this business because you want to help someone, which I love, and it's absolutely essential and important, but it needs to be deeper than that, because when things get rough and times are hard and there's things that you want to do or that you have to do but you don't really want to, you have to have a real big reason as to why you need to show up for yourself and for your business and for your team. And it has to be more than just wanting to help someone. Now, I do believe that that's very important to have, that you want to help someone. And as business owners, every business owner who started a business owner, whether it be a brick and mortar store or an online business, they have some things in common. And usually they want to help somebody solve a problem, or they want to provide a solution for somebody in their life. So every business owner, from the grocery store to the auto mechanic to the hair salon, they wanted to provide a service that was a solution to a problem that they were seeing a need in the world and that people wanted and needed. Just like Plexus provides a need for what is very, very needed right now in the world that we live in because of our lifestyle and stress, right? And the other thing that business owners want to have is they know that even though they want to help someone, even though they can provide the service or the solution, they value themselves enough to know that they deserve to get paid for that help, for that service. Even if they are just facilitating the service and they're not actually providing the service, they deserve to get paid for the time of bringing those people to the table and helping them get what they need. And so it's no different than you as a brand ambassador here at Plexus. You are valuable. You deserve to get paid for the things that you are doing and providing for your customers, for your ambassadors, for the people that you are helping, for the people that you come in contact with. You deserve to get paid for that. And with that in mind, I want you to think about when you are looking for new people to talk to, that you really need to wrap your head around that you are just being a professional friendship maker. Because when you are looking to expand your network and find new people to talk to, you're not looking for people to talk to about Plexus. You're looking to find new friends. You're looking to find people who can add value to your life, or you're looking to find people who you can relate to because you have things in common. That is why you need to be expanding your network every single day, because you're going to run out of people to talk to eventually down the road, and you're not even going to know who to talk to or who to approach because you don't know anything about them if you just talked to them 2 days ago and then you all of a sudden want to talk to them about Plexus. You guys have been on the receiving end of those kinds of things where people just wanted to be your friend because they had something to tell you, or they wanted to be your friend because they needed something from you. I don't want anybody to ever feel that way from me or from you, that they are just a number that people need something from. That is not what an ambassador should be doing. because then it becomes about you. And as a business owner, you got to keep thinking it's about the other people. It is not about you, right? Do I want you to have goals and do I want you to have dreams? And those are number oriented? Yes, right? And that can look like different things for different ambassadors depending on where you are in your business and where you are in life. But for instance, if for say you are really looking to build a solid foundation, the retain and grow incentive that we have going on really does focus on that. Because as you're bringing people in, and you're acquiring new people, you've got to be thinking about how you're retaining those people when you're bringing them in. Because if you're just going for that 30 days, you're not really going to help them solve a problem. It's focused on you because you needed to bring those people in. And if you think about how you can help them in their journey and get them committed to at least 90 days, if not 6 months, like really, we know it takes a long time, right? And getting that up front of like, hey, this is not just a quick fix. You didn't get to where you are in 30 days, even in 90 days, but really just commit with me for at least 90 days to 6 months to see what that looks like if you're wanting to solve X, Y, and Z problem. And then when you get them in and they sign up with you as their ambassador, as their upline, as their sponsor, as their whatever it is you bring them in, it is your job to be in contact with them to ensure that they're paying attention to the small things that are changing in their lives while working towards the big problem you're trying to solve. Because oftentimes we know they might really be lacking, their gut might be in such a disarray that every time they eat, it hurts, or they have a lot of gas and bloating. And as they start the Plexus products, what they might notice is that they have more energy or they're sleeping better, but that wasn't something they necessarily wanted. And so their stomach isn't healed yet. So therefore they quit right about the time it's starting to take over and help them. And so as their sponsor, as their business owner, where if they're a customer, it's your job to ensure that they're paying attention and you're helping them notice the small little wins along the way to their big, massive goal of healing their gut that might not happen in those 90 days. Right? So once you bring them in, really taking care of them. And so along with that, I'm going to go back to what I talked to a little bit earlier, where I want you to focus on making this about the other person and not about you. If you need to bring in 4 new people this month, instead of saying, I need 4 new people, yes, I want you to write down the goal. I need to bring in 4 and I need to retain 3 from last month. Right? Yes, I need you to have that written down, but I also want you to flip it a little bit and say, I need to find 4 people to solve what problem? Who are you trying to help and what problem are you trying to solve? Because the byproduct of you finding people and providing a solution is that you're going to hit that 4 and more. And it's going to be really easy to retain those 3 because you're focused on them and not about you hitting that number. It really becomes about helping people solve a problem. And then you're going to hit your goals. You're going to get the paycheck that you deserve and need. And the people that you're helping are going to get results. It's a win-win. Does that make sense? Yes, you still have that goal. Yes, you still need to bring in those people, but now it's about them and not just about you. You're not looking for a quick fix because you know the people that you're bringing in don't need a quick fix either. And so I'm going to help you a little bit with that, with a game plan, with planning your weekly, monthly, 6 months, 3 months, yearly goals. You can use this game plan for every time you set a goal. But we're going to start with, what does your weekly goal look like and how is it going to help you with your monthly goal? So G is for goal. What is your goal? Be very, very specific on what's your goal for the week. And then you're going to align and say, how does it align with my 1-month dream this month? If you're setting a monthly goal, what is your goal for the month? And how does it align with achieving your 6-month goal or your year goal or your 3-year goal? A is for action items. You're going to identify 3 action items that you will continue to do throughout the week that are going to contribute to you achieving that weekly goal. And you have to be very specific, right? You need to be very specific about what those actions are going to be, whether it's daily or a number of times a week that you're going to do that. but do they align with helping you get your goal? If you don't write them down and think about it, sometimes we're wanting to increase retention and our action items are bringing in new people and signing people up, but we aren't doing anything to retain them. Those actions aren't going to help me retain my people if I don't have some action items into how I'm bringing them in. Does that make sense? Okay, then the M for game is measure. How will you measure your achievements? What report are you going to use? How will you track your progress? If you're going to be like a better leader, how are you going to know when you achieve it? How will you know if you met your goal? Sometimes it's really easy to meet your goal or know how to measure it. If you've said you're going to help 4 people solve this problem, you'll know if you met it if you helped 4 people, right? But if you want to be a better leader, what determines whether you're a better leader? And that looks different for everyone. So you need to write down how you're going to measure it. And then E is for end celebration. We often forget the most important part when setting our goals of saying, how are we going to celebrate our little success in the week that's going to help us to our monthly goal, or our monthly goals that are going to lead us to our 3, 6, 1 year, 3-year goals, right? How are you going to celebrate it once you achieve it? Tangible celebrations are not necessary, but you can. They're not necessary to keep your fire lit, but some sort of celebration, you need to recognize all your hard work. And you're going to be specific. When I achieve XYZ, I'm going to celebrate XYZ. Maybe it's a date night in the backyard with your husband. Maybe it's a dance party in the backyard with your husband or in your bedroom. Maybe it's a coffee date with your friend. Whatever it is, make sure you set it up. And then you celebrate the heck out of that goal before you go and analyze about how you didn't do this and you didn't do that and you failed at this. Because what that does is it brings down all the excitement. And the reason, I mean, you hit your goal. It doesn't matter how you got there. You hit it. Celebrate the heck out of hitting that goal. And then you can look back and say, okay, I hit my goal and I learned some things along the way. I tried this and it didn't work. I'm not a failure. I learned from that. And now I can implement something different moving forward. But I want you to celebrate the fact that you hit your goal, even if it wasn't exactly how you wanted it to be. And then if you can do this every single week, working towards your monthly goal, you'll have a reason. You'll be so excited and you can look and say, oh, this isn't working, instead of waiting till the end of the month and being like, I took 30 days and tried something and it didn't work. You didn't have any check-ins. And so you wasted a whole 30 days, right? And so try implementing that game plan for your weekly, monthly, 3-year goals, dreams, whatever that looks like. Along with that, I just want you to think about this for a second. Every action that you take is a vote for the person and brand ambassador that you want to become, or it's not. Every single action you take is a vote for you as a person, as a brand ambassador, where you want to become, or it's not. And I want you to know that if you take an action step and you fail and you learn from it, is it taking you in the direction to become who you want to be? Absolutely. If you take some steps and you're doing some things and they are not serving you, it's a vote. It's not helping you get to where you want to be. It's taking away. And so I want you to really sit later on today or this week and identify, right? If you desire new outcomes in your business and in life, you have to identify old patterns or habits that are not serving you, and you have to break up with them. So if you desire new outcomes in your business and life, you have to break up with old patterns that aren't serving you. It's more than just breaking up those old patterns. It's replacing them with new patterns. Because if you take something away, you've got to add something in. I like to say, I'm going to add something in. And by adding something in, it automatically takes that thing away. And that way I'm not taking things away from myself, right? But you guys all know if you have habits that you're doing that aren't serving you, that you need to break up with them to become the best version of yourself and ambassador, you got to let it go. You got to make a change. Because if you want to make a change, you got to change the things that aren't serving you, right? Along with that, I want you to be thinking about another one of my favorite quotes. A man or woman who is focused on the destination or is focused on the journey will walk farther than the man or woman who is focused on the destination. So if you are focused every single month on bringing in those 4 people, you're going to get to 4 people and you're going to be like, oh, I'm done. I don't have to do any more work. And you're not going to go as far in your business or in life as if you just can enjoy the journey of helping 4 people change their lives, at least 4 people, and seeing where that takes you. Right? How many times do we say, oh my gosh, I'll be happy when my kids are a certain age? Man, when they're out of diapers, life's just going to be so awesome. And then they get out of diapers and you're like, wait a second. It's not any better. I mean, it's better, but it's not. Like, because we're focused on the end result instead of the journey that gets us there. And what happens when we do that is we miss out on life completely. You miss out on the journey of your business. You miss out on the growth of changing yourself and evolving into the person that you can become and want to be, because you're focused on the end result and you get there and you're like, nothing's changed because you didn't change this and you didn't enjoy the journey, right? We're a health and happiness company. We're a health and happiness company. We are here. You are here as business owners to inspire people to want to make a change in their life. That's what you're here for. People are going to buy into your belief of this product and how it can help them. They're going to buy into the belief that you have of this business and how it can help them financially. That's what they're buying into. Like, our founders could have totally sold this at stores, but the reason it's not in stores is because they know people really need help getting healthy and happy. And the best way is with accountability. And that's what you guys are. You're accountability partners. You're there to help them on their journey. And it's not just pulling vitamins from the shelf at Walmart and taking it for 30 days and going, oh, I feel great. I don't need to take these anymore. Right? Well, no, you want to go back to feeling how you felt before? No, you don't. So you might need to stay on this, and you will need to stay on this. Maybe a change, maybe the dosage needs to get changed a little bit. So with that in mind, I want you to think about what excites you to make you want to get up and work your Plexus business. What do you jump out of bed so dang excited to work your business? If you don't, we need to figure out what happened to that excitement. Why are you not excited? And what needs to happen in order for you to feel excited? I'm going to share with you that you can get to a place where you absolutely are excited to jump out of bed and help people solve problems and grow your business and earn money. And you can also be frustrated or not want to do certain income producing activities every day. But it's very important that you do those income producing activities every day. And in order for you to want to do those things you don't want to do, it's kind of like you have to do the laundry, even though you don't want to. You know the results are going to be tenfold. It's like you don't really want to make dinner, but you know the results are going to be tenfold, right? Or doing the dishes is going to make it easier the next day for you. So just like that, if you don't have something that excites you to work your Plexus business, or you don't have a goal, it's going to be really hard to show up and do those things you don't want to do. But if you're excited and you have a reason to show up, you're going to want to do those things. And then we're running out of time. And I want to just say a couple of things with that goal setting that we talked about. If it's a big dream and you have a monetary value attached to it and you want to take your kids on vacation or add on to your house or buy new furniture, do you have a date set? When do you need to have that money by, and how much money do you need? If it's a vacation, go research where it is. How much are plane tickets? How much is gas? How much is a car rental? How much is the hotel? How much is the price to get into the events that you want to go to? Write it all down so you know how much you need. Put a date to it, and then you can reverse engineer backwards to ensure that you can earn the amount of money you need every single month so you can hit that goal. If you don't have a date set and you don't have a number of money that you need, it's just an idea floating out in space. And I hate to break it to you, but you're not going to get it because you don't have a reason to show up and do those things that you don't want to do, because it's just going to happen someday. It's going to be really easy to push those things off and not get it done. And so a few tips for working your business every day is I need you to sit down once a week and write down your brick and mortar store hours. Treat your business like a business, as if you had to go in and open it up. What hours are those that you're going to work in the day? And then be very, very specific of what you're going to do during those hours. If you are going to be working the first 10 minutes of your hour and you're going to do follow-ups, you set your timer for 10 minutes and then you go do those follow-ups. If people start responding to you from those follow-ups, do you think you should answer them during follow-ups? No, you put them on the list for following up again, right? I like to say at the end of your work hour, leave 5 minutes so you can go, if people got back to you, you can go respond to them. But if you start responding to people as you're following up, you're never going to make it through your follow-up list. If you don't set a timer when you're needing to find new friends and be that professional friendship maker, and you don't have a timer for 10 minutes, pretty soon you're just scrolling social media and you're just having a really good time and you're not looking for friends and you're not finding them, and you're not increasing, you're just wasting time. So get those timers set, be intentional with your time, and then guess what? When work's over, you can put your work aside and live your life. That's what Plexus is here for. It's here to help you have a better life. And if you're always thinking about work because you don't have it organized in a way where you're going to show up and work, you get to the end of the day and you're like, dude, I got to do work, but I've been working all day. And you actually haven't been working, but your brain has been working all day. And so you're tired and you don't want to show up. And so this is one way to help you get specific, be strategic, do work in less time, and get better results. Does that make sense? And so as you're doing this, I want you to remember that whatever you do as a leader on your team will follow. If you're not inviting and bringing in new people and retaining people, your team is not going to do that either. They're going to follow whatever it is that you're doing. It's kind of like you set the tone for your team, and whatever you do, whatever you talk about grows. So if you don't share about the business opportunity, you're not going to be able to bring in business builders. And I know Cheyenne wanted me to touch briefly on some strategies that might take the overwhelm. I'll try to sum it up in the next minute. Is maybe you're taking the first 2 weeks or the last 2 weeks of every month, whichever 2 weeks you want to do, and you're going to heavily focus on recruiting customers and talking about the product and finding people to join you to get solutions to XYZ problems. Still sprinkling in the opportunity, but you're heavily focused on recruiting customers. Then the other 2 weeks of the month, whether it's the first 2 or the last 2, you get to decide. You're going to focus on recruiting business builders and finding those business builders. You're still going to talk about the product and the opportunity to help with XYZ problems. It's just less, and you're really going to focus on finding those business builders. And so maybe implementing a strategy like that will help you stop marketing to everyone, which means you're marketing to no one. You can get strategic and specific and just try it out and play with it a little bit and see what happens. But really try to get the bulk of your work done in the first 15 days of the month. That way, everything after it is extra. And you can have that last 5 days to prep and start the week strong. Okay. That was quick.
That was quick, but it was wonderful. And I appreciate you so much. Real quick, Jennifer and I talked yesterday, and when she said, instead of thinking I need 4 people and making it about myself, she said it again today, but when she said, I need to help 4 people solve what problems, for whatever reason in my brain, it clicked and it didn't seem overwhelming. It seemed exciting and fun. So I hope that you were able to take away something today that clicked in your brain that made it more exciting and fun. That's why I love talking to Jennifer, because she can take something that I've heard a million times and she can make it simple, and then I don't know, it just clicks in my brain for some reason. But before we go, does anybody have any comments, any questions? Jennifer did say she would like to come back on another call and work with us some more. So that is exciting. And Jennifer, you're amazing and I appreciate you. But any questions, any comments, any takeaways?
Okay, I'm going to leave you with one last couple of questions. What is holding you back from getting started? or being consistent, sharing your journey, sharing your story, sharing about the business. Look at the last 3 months. What is it? What's holding you back? When I come back, I want to know what you discovered and what you changed and what your goals are that you implemented and how that worked out. Whether you met them or not, you can just move the goalpost if you didn't meet it on the timeline that you thought. Often we set a goal and we don't realize we actually needed more time. We're not good at like managing or realizing how long something takes. That doesn't mean you're a failure, right? But what is it that's holding you back from moving and stepping into the ambassador that you want to be and become? If you want to be an emerald, you better start acting like an emerald. What does an emerald do different than a ruby? What's different from an emerald than a silver? Step into the person you want to become and start behaving like that. You will attract those people to you by being authentically you. I know I said I was going to done, but I forgot to share this. One of my favorite quotes is, be yourself, because an original is worth more than a copy. Don't be like somebody else that has success that you want to be like. That's for them. You are your superpower. You show up authentically as you because it's much easier to just be you, and you're way more valuable as you than a copy of someone else. And life is way easier when you get to authentically be you. You don't need to be somebody different. People who need you are going to look for you. They don't want somebody else. That's why it's hard when ambassadors sign up with a certain ambassador and then their ambassador quits and they get moved to somebody else. Sometimes they struggle because they didn't sign up with that person. They signed up with somebody else because they related to that person. So moving forward with really authentically being you and showing up as you and using your superpower to change the trajectory of so many people's lives, but starting with the trajectory of yours. You spend the most time with you, you better love yourself. And if you don't, you better figure out how to, because you're worthy of loving yourself.
Love that. Rainey, were you going to say something real quick?
The only thing I was going to say was I love just the actionable steps and how just applying yourself, not all day, but just a portion of your day will get you moving in the right direction. Because I just think, again, it goes back to that whole slide edge mentality, right? Where
Yes.
it's just slightly easier to not do it. But what we're doing, like, isn't rocket science. It's actually really fun. And it's just like this call, showing up. Even if it's for, like, kind of like when you start exercising, right? If you haven't done it in a while, you're not going to go out and try to run a full mile. You're going to kill yourself. Same thing here, even if you do it for like 10 minutes. So I love the breakdown of the steps. And that's a long version of saying something that I could have said in 2 seconds.
Love it. No, I love it. It's true. It is. Everybody wants to be motivated, and motivation comes from action. It is not the other way around. That's why people stay not taking action, because they're waiting for something to motivate them. And it doesn't work that way. Action creates motivation. Wins, little steps create motivation. That's why the celebrations for your weekly goals is so important. And especially for people on your team, recognizing the small things they did. Even if it's just they went live for the first time, that's a massive success for so many people. Or they talked about the business opportunity, right?
Love
Okay.
it.
You guys are awesome. So grateful that you guys were here today.
Oh, and let's see real quick. Do things your future self will thank you for. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. And I
Yes.
think my favorite thing you said today is being you is your superpower. I love that. So let's go be ourselves, authentically ourselves. Go share, go be that relationship builder. And Jennifer, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you so much. I know our teams appreciate you, and we can't wait for you to join us again.
Yes, yes. Okay, I'm so excited to hear all your stories next time I show up. So yay, yay. Go crush August, ladies.
Bye. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.